people who support you and support your dreams and support your goals. I know it can be hard if you come from a traditional background, a traditional community where you have to get married, you have to have kids by a certain age, and here you are thinking of doing a PhD, thinking of doing a master's, Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria, and I just thought I would do a school series. Education is something that I'm really passionate about, and I thought that, you know what, let me do some videos on stuff that I really like. I want my channel to not just be about hair, but I also want it to be about other stuff that I'm interested in. And I'm a law student. And I study in Cape Town at the University of Cape Town. And I've been at school now this is my 5th year and my final year of law school. And I just thought I would make a video just to encourage someone who may be in varsity and is struggling to, stay in school, or is just struggling with school in general, and you just feel like giving up, and it's just like, oh my god, why am I here? What am I doing? Yeah, so these are just some of the tips that I would give you. Okay, so the first one is rethink your education. That's the first thing that I would say. Over the course of my stay in varsity, this is my final year of law school, and I'm on my 2nd degree. I've had to really rethink how I approach my studies, and what I found is that it's more than just about getting a degree and then getting a job, you know what I mean? It's also about some of the opportunities that you find when you're at varsity, some of the interactions that you have with your peers or your lecturers, and the opportunities and the experiences that you gain, right? A lot of it, if not most of it, is probably not stuff that you learn in the classroom. It's stuff that you learn outside of the classroom. So if you rethink your education, then you're not so discouraged, and it helps you stay in school, it helps you stay motivated, and it also helps you realize that, look, school is more than just the degree, and you see the value of what you're learning, because you're not just learning how to be a lawyer, how to be a doctor, how to be an engineer. You're learning how to be a person, and that's the best thing about varsity, I think. So that's the one thing I would think is rethink your education, rethink what it means and what the value of your degree is. Right. The second thing I would say is plan, prioritize, and organize. So the best way, or one of the things that has helped me, is to sort of make like a life plan, right? So my short-term goal is getting my degree. My long-term goal is, I don't know, getting a job or going overseas and working, traveling, doing philanthropic work, all sorts of things. You know what I mean? Your dreams could vary, but just sort of like make a plan. Like, this is a stepping stone to something else, whether it's a job or whether it's other life goals or projects that you intend to embark on. It helps you stay in school. It helps you just remind you that, look, no, you're getting somewhere. This is a step to some other place. So, it motivates you to stay focused. And then prioritizing goes hand in hand with the plan, because it just means that, what's important right now. I always ask myself, especially when there's a whole lot of things requiring my attention, I'm like, okay, Gloria, what's important right now? And most of the time, it's, I need to get this degree. So that's what I sit down and I get to first. So if I have a whole bunch of to-do things, and that can be school, that can be family, that can be friends, that can be whatever, I'm like, okay, I need to look at the list of things that I need to do. What is the thing that has to get done? What is important? And usually it's an assignment, it's a study for a test, it's research for a paper or whatever. And so that's always near the top, if not at the top of my list. Obviously you make adjustments as you go along, but for the most part I focus on my degree, because that's what's important right now. That's what I need to focus on, that's what I need to get. And so if you prioritize like that, it really, really helps you stay focused. And obviously being organized is part of that. It's part of prioritizing, just listing the things that you need to get done, and making sure you get as much out of your day as possible, because school is hard, you guys. School is hard, it's hectic, especially if you're involved in more than just school, or if you're at school and you're working, or if you're at school and you're a parent, or married, or or whatever. We don't live like single issue lives, so obviously it gets really, really hectic. Third thing I would say is surround yourself with like-minded people. And this seems pretty obvious, but it's not as obvious as you may assume, because as you go higher up in the education system, your friends and your peers and people that you started off with go off and they do all sorts of different things. And sometimes it can leave you quite lonely and feeling like, it can leave you with people who are around you who don't really get what you're doing, or why you're still in school. And so it helps when you have people who are also in school, or who also just get that, look, I'm writing an assignment, I'm writing a thesis, I'm writing I have a test tomorrow, so I can't go out, I can't come to your wedding, I can't, I can't stop school or whatever. Following on from that, I would say, having a support group, whether it's family, whether it's friends, people who get why you're doing what you're doing, people who support you and support your dreams and support your goals. I know it can be hard if you come from a traditional background, a traditional community where you have to get married, you have to have kids by a certain age, and here you are thinking of doing a PhD, thinking of doing a master's. Obviously it's like, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have children? And these are things that you also want for yourself, but at the same time, you want to do your school and you want to get that done. Don't get caught up in the hype. So I have a lot of friends and a lot of family members who decided not to study for various reasons. Some just because school wasn't for them, and some because they couldn't afford it, or they just didn't want to. And they're still very, very successful. And so that can be like, sometimes you look at other people's lives and their lives have progressed so much, and you're like, okay, here I am. I'm still very, very young, so I don't even have that much pressure, but I can only imagine. And maybe he's doing a PhD and is still in school and is just thinking, okay, I have friends who are now married, who are now have children, who now have houses, who now have cars, who now have this and that. They didn't even go to school and they're doing amazing. Why am I here? And I think what's helped me is to just realize that everyone lives a different life. Everyone has a different path that they're going to take, and you have to just sort of have like blinkers on and like just be like, what, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm achieving my goals. And so you can be happy for other people's successes without reservation, without sort of being like, oh my gosh, I wish that was me, or I should have done this, and regretting your decision to go to school or stay in school. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that helps me when I'm looking around, I'm looking on my timeline, everyone's graduating, everyone's getting jobs, everyone's doing this. I'm like, I still have a long way to go before I finish my degree, or before I'm ready to actually enter the job market.